Hello everyone. Welcome to this journey from becoming something to just being life. Welcome to MadMan. Thank you for joining us, guys. So I'm a very spontaneous person. So what do I mean by that is usually I don't have any plans made. Even the videos that I'm making, I wake up in the morning and I try to come up with a topic to speak for that day. And similarly, this morning I was trying to come up with a topic and I was just feeling too good to comment on something, because usually if you have to comment on something, you have to have contradictory thoughts as to why your idea is right or why the other person is wrong. But today, I was just not having any contradictory thoughts. So I decided that I'm just going to share a few things that you guys might find interesting. So I don't know if you guys watched the video titled Free Will Does Not Exist. I mean, I know in that video I tried to logically analyze why free will does not exist, but it is a reality for me. Let me give you an example. So, I graduated with mathematics in 2020 and had been looking for a job for 3 months. And especially in the United States, it's kind of difficult to get a job for mathematics majors. So, one day while I was on my computer, a thought came to me. The thought was, what if, is it possible that someone with the same last name as mine have some company in the United States? Is it possible? Right? So I googled my last name, and the first thing that came up was the name of the company with that last name based in Washington, D.C. So I went to their website to apply, but there was no application portal. So I just sent an email, and a few days later, the CEO of that company called me, and he was actually looking for someone with a mathematics degree. And to my surprise, I started the job the very following Monday. So, I mean, any average person would have easily said that I thought about applying in that company and I got the job. But if I have to be honest, if I have to be brutally honest, that thought was not my thought. So, what I mean by that is, I did not create that thought. That thought came to me because no one has control over what kind of thought he's gonna get next. If you guys look at that, if you guys have to be brutally honest with yourselves too, then you must come to this realization that thoughts happen in a brain. You don't decide what kind of thought you're gonna get next. And whatever kind of thoughts we get, we take actions according to what kind of programming we have up until that moment of time. If you watch that video, Free Will Does Not Exist, I think you'll be much clearer on this part. So similarly, I do not force anything and I just let the situations around me take its own course. So I get this question asked a lot. What are you planning to do with MadMan? What is your plan? So my answer is, I do not have any plans yet. I'm dedicated to uploading 100 videos, but just like in all the other aspects of my life, even this one, I'll let this take its own course. So another thing I get asked is, are your videos really helpful? So my answer to that is, if any of my videos even raise a slightest of question in your brain, then yes, it is helpful. Because see, there is no wrong, there is no right. Wrong and right are concepts differing from individual to individual. So each and every individual is acting on what he thinks is right. And we must admit that what you think is right is not what another person thinks is right. So it is just subjective. So I'm not trying to change anything with the kind of videos that I'm making, but rather I'm just doing whatever I feel I should do. I made that video yesterday because I felt like I should make that video at that moment of time. Now I'm doing this talk because I think I should do this talk at this moment of time. Also, so I had made a video on how we create a fake concept as to what kind of a person we are based on our social media profile. And the very next day I was posting something on social media, and one of my friends from Fairfax found it contradictory, right? Because the very previous day it seemed like I was saying something negative about social media. The next day I was doing the same. So that's why I keep stressing that words are just used for communication, they are not the thing itself. So I must admit that since we take the words so seriously, since we take the words as if they are the real thing, I'm taking the liberty to use the same words to express my point that words are not real. And in doing so, I might seem contradictory sometimes. No, but seriously, if you look at it, right, our entire life as we know it is based on contradiction. That is why we have a concept of what is good and we have a concept of what is bad. But concept of good cannot exist without concept of bad. You think someone is a good person only because there are other people that you think are bad people. You think someone is beautiful only because you think someone else is ugly. So our very life as we know it is based on contradictions. And and the very tool that we're using to communicate, which is words, is itself based on contradiction. So yes, I might seem to contradict sometimes, but that is how words are, right? Now I also want to take this moment to thank the people that I have around. I think that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and thank you for love and support. Thank you.